In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the hard truths, right, that life insurance agents learn too late. And I've made these mistakes as well, and I almost failed out of the industry because I didn't learn these fast enough. And so if you can learn these a lot faster than I did, you'll be way more profitable, way faster as a life insurance agent. Because the reality is, if you learn these 7 truths way faster, you will start making money. You'll actually see profitability in your life insurance business, and you'll be able to scale way faster than you would without knowing these lessons. And I wish somebody would have told me these way sooner so that I can really start growing a lot faster. And so this is a video that I wish I would have seen before I got into the industry or right when I got started, so that I could not have to go through the 9 months of pure it was tough. It was trying to figure this whole business out. And so I want to share these lessons with you guys. So drop in the comments right now or right after you watch this video what you guys are going to take from this video. Because if you want to be successful as a life insurance agent, this is just a bonus before we even get to the 7, but you have to be an action taker. You have to go out and take initiative. You have to go out because this is your life. This is your business, and you only get one of them. So go out and you have to absolutely crush it. You have to go out and take it by the horns. You have to go out and just do everything possible so that you can succeed. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys these 7 hard truths that agents make, right? And I make these videos so that you guys can make more money, feed your family, and ultimately become more profitable way faster. So if you haven't already, subscribe down below and share this with a friend if you found it if you find it valuable. So the first one is, as I got some of my notes right here, this is going to be 100 times harder than you think. So be prepared for that and understand that beforehand. I want to go deeper into this, right? This is going to be the hardest thing that you do. Every time I work with an agent, and we actually work hand by hand, step by step, to be able to help them become more profitable, it's going to be really challenging. This is going to be more challenging than anything else that you do. But on the other side of the pain, on the other side of the challenge and the frustration and the hardships, there's a prize on the other side. There's a reward. And so it's not just for naught, right? Like it's for a cause. Anything in life that's worth it is going to have a price. It's just the question then becomes, are you willing to pay that or not? And so know that it's going to be way more challenging than you think it is. The person who can sacrifice the most is probably going to win. I don't care, like, if I have to sacrifice sleep, I have to sacrifice, like, when I was just becoming successful as a life insurance agent, and I don't think that this was the right way necessarily, but I was willing to sacrifice my health, sacrifice, like, just in the short term, just like relationships. Like, I'm not saying that that's the best thing, but I'm saying that if you're willing to sacrifice sleep, if you're willing to sacrifice your energy, your time, your focus, like anything to be able to be successful, then you probably will. And so a lot of life insurance agents don't learn this soon enough because they get sold this dream. You might have been sold this dream as well. That's why you're watching this video, because people come in and you're like, dude, you can make passive income. You don't really have to do a lot to be able to actually make that money. All you have to do is just recruit friends and family. You have to just recruit a team and build a team. When the reality is there's so much more that's involved in you actually making money. It's not just going to be this easy ride, this simple ride to be able to get to where you want to go. It's going to take hard work and dedication. It's going to be the hardest thing that you ever do, but it's worth it. And I can tell you that from experience, because my wife and I have been able to travel all around the world. And it's been really awesome and fun, but it's because I was willing to put in the hard work and sacrifice so that we can live the life that we do now. And so it's going to be harder than you think, right? The number 2 thing that life insurance agents learn too late is that data is everything. You have to be a process-driven agent and know your numbers like the back of your hand. And so here's what I mean. Do you know your cost per acquisition? Do you know what your ROI is? Like, do you know your if you put $1 in, are you getting $3, $5, $10 back? What's that actually look like? How many presentations? What's your closing ratio? How many presentations do you need to do to be able to hit your $50,000 a month goal? Do you know your numbers inside and out? Because data will allow you to take the emotions out of the business. An object in motion stays in motion. If you take the E out of emotion, you stay in motion. So what I want to share with you guys is have your data like the back of your hand. You should be looking at every single day and tracking your numbers. And so here's an example. I'll be transparent with you guys. I just want to share the reality of this. I've been wanting to get in shape for a while. And the reality is I haven't been tracking my macros, my calories every single day to the T. And so when I go to my coach, I can't say, like, he doesn't have accurate data to be like, dude, you're doing well or you're not doing well. And so the reason why this is important is because if I'm trying to lose weight, but I don't know how much I'm consuming and eating, or I don't know my workouts, I don't know even my weight, if it's going up or down, then that just shows, like, you can't give advice, or you can't figure out what problem am I trying to solve in that situation, because you don't have anything to go out and base what your solution is on. And so it's the same thing with this. If you don't know your dials, your contacts, your presentations, your closing rate, your sales, if you don't have all these tracked, your acquisition costs, how much your leads are coming in at, how many leads it takes to make a sale, if you don't know all these numbers, you can't actually predict the exact way that you can scale. I was on a game planning call with this agent that came in. His biggest month was $5,000 before him and I started working together. And then he's like, dude, I want to have a $50,000 month for April. How do I do that? And I was like, do you have your numbers? And he's like, yeah, I do. So I was like, all right, cool. This is what you need to do. Give me all your numbers. And he gave me all his numbers. And I was like, here's exactly what you need to do step by step. You need to make 4,700 dials. You need to spend $8,000 on leads. You need to do X, Y, Z. And boom, all of a sudden, that's what he's committing to now, because he actually has numbers. He has 4 months of numbers that he can go on. And based on those averages, he can predict his income in April. And so the cool thing is that when you start tracking your numbers, when you actually start doing that, a lot of people are like, dude, it's a lot of work, which I get it 100%. But at the same time, do you want the freedom? Do you want the peace of mind knowing that, hey, if I follow my system, if I follow my process, I will get the results that ultimately I want? And so track your numbers. Make sure that you are tracking your numbers every single day. The reason, like, data is the most important thing. This is why people like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, they're selling your information, is because that's data. And he who owns the most data and has the most data is going to win in the end, because you can make strategic decisions to get to where you want to go. So make sure you are tracking everything. This is things that I work with new agents all the time. And this is a common mistake that insurance agents are making, that are not allowing them to scale their business to $20,000 a month profit, or like fast enough, or just in general. But then at the same time, they just don't know these numbers. So if you don't know these numbers, you can't really get to where you want to go. It's like driving. If I were to go to a new city and are like, all right, cool, I'm just going to, I need to get to a Chick-fil-A, and say I'm at my at an Airbnb, and I have no roadmap, that I'm not going to be able to get to where I want to go. I'm just going to be endlessly driving. I'm just going to be driving without any direction. And so if you don't have your numbers intact, you're not going to know exactly where you need to go. You're not going to have the directions that you need to get to the destination. So what's cool is once you have the numbers, it's like a roadmap for you. It's like the street that you're driving on that will take you to wherever you want to go if you have your numbers tracked. So make sure you're tracking your numbers. Number 3 is train, and train. You have to train. The reality is you're going to get hit with the same 5 to 10 objections. That's just the reality, because a lot of people say that, hey, there's 50 objections out there, but the reality is there's really like 3 core objections and probably 5 to 10 that you have to overcome. But if you're not training consistently and you're not understanding how to overcome these objections, these certain things, you're just going to keep losing money. You have to train. Like, Steph Curry didn't become the greatest shooter in the world ever to walk this planet by not doing anything. That dude gets up more shots and makes more shots in practice than he does in the game. And it's the same thing for you. If you want to be a great salesman, if you want to become a great business owner, if you want to become a great life insurance agent, you have to be training like the back of your hand. If they give you a think about it, you need to know how to overcome that right away. If they give you I need to talk to my wife, or it's too expensive, or I want to shop around, you got to be willing and able to overcome those consistently. Because if you can, and you actually train and commit to learning those objections like the back of your hand, if you learn that within your first 2 weeks, you will be successful and you will see the success that ultimately you are looking for. You got in the industry because you wanted a certain outcome. And so you can get to that certain outcome if you train and immerse yourself in understanding the human psychology and understanding how to overcome certain objections. And if you overcome the core objections that you're going to get, the front end, the back end, and the middle objections in the sales call, you will see success a lot faster. So that's the third thing. The fourth thing, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel right now so you don't miss out on more information like this, and also if you haven't checked out the podcast that we launched, the Life Insurance Telesales Mastery podcast, go check that out right now. It's on it's on my YouTube channel right here. And so definitely go check that out right now. I can leave the link in the description, or I could drop it in the comments for you guys as well. Make sure you're checking that out. We have a ton of guests coming in. So make sure you check that out. Also join the free school community if you haven't already. Link is in the description down below. So number 4, and I'm getting to 7. It gets better and better as we go. So number 4 is most agents are broke, right? The reality is when you're getting to the industry, they're like, dude, you can make 6 figures, which you definitely can, or you can make $1 million a year. You definitely can, and there's a lot of people that do it. But the average agent is only making $50,000 a year. And why is that? It's because this is hard. 92% of insurance agents can't even make it past their first year in the business. And the reason for that is because this is hard. It is challenging. To be successful, you have to fully immerse yourself. You have to be willing to sacrifice. You have to have sleepless nights. You have to be willing to do what others aren't willing to do now, so you can live like nobody else will tomorrow. And so this is challenging. This is tough. This is going to be the hardest thing. It goes back to the first thing. This is going to be the hardest thing you ever do. But if you want to escape mediocrity, if you want to escape that $50,000 a year in net profit that you're making as a business, then you have to train. You have to role play. You have to script. You have to master the objections that you're going to get so that you can see the results that you want to see. So this is tough. An average insurance agent makes $50,000 a year. And so I was able to make $50,000 last month. The way that I was able to do that was because I understood these objections. I know these objections like the back of my hand. So if you're not willing to do that, you should probably go get a salary. You should probably go get a 9-to-5. If you don't want to work without looking at the clock so that you could spend without looking at the price, then this industry is probably not for you. So make sure that you don't become broke like I was when I just got started in the industry. What I was sold a dream, like this isn't a dream. This isn't a fairy tale. This is a true business, and you have to become a business owner. That actually leads me to one of my last points, but stay till the end for that because that's the most important one for life insurance agents. Now, the 5th thing is that leads are the lifeblood of the business. You have to learn to master lead gen, or at least have a relationship with a partner that does. Because here's the thing. Every time that you make $1, you have to give 25 cents away. That's what happens, and that's what it looks like when you are a lead, when you're paying and buying from lead vendors, is you are pretty much giving away. Every time you make $1, you're giving 25 cents away, 30 cents, 50 cents away to somebody else to feed their family, when that could be towards you if you just learn the skill and learn the art of marketing. And so leads are the lifeblood of the business. If you don't have consistent lead flow, I just interviewed a top telesales producer. He did $100,000 of final expense last month. Oh, it's completely over the phone. Dude gets like 1,000 to 2,000 leads per month, like consistently. To be able to do 100K, you have to have so many leads coming in. And so the leads are the lifeblood of the business. If you don't have consistent new people to talk to every day, 1, morale might go down. 2, you won't be able to predict your income as much as you could be right now. And so overall, that's the reality. You have to have leads consistently coming in. You have to consistently build that pipeline. Even if the leads aren't buying today, you got to build that in the pipeline over and over and over again. So as you build that, you have a steady growth in your income, and you absolutely explode. So that's number 5. Leads are the lifeblood of the business. If you haven't already started taking over your marketing, book a call with me down below, and we'll actually talk to see if it's a fit for me to actually do your marketing for you, teach you how to sell, and help you get to $20,000 a month profit together with somebody who's actually done it and helped multiple other people do it as well. So if you want to actually get the nitty-gritty inside on how do you actually scale your business, book a call with me down below. Link is in the description. So that's number 5. Number 6 is you have to, like, the chargebacks are real. Chargebacks are real. You have to save 20 to 30% so you can pay those off right away, because anytime you get money, it's just a loan from the insurance company. That's not your money. Don't spend it like it's your money. I made that mistake when I just got started in the industry, is that I spent that money like it was mine, rather than, hey, it's the insurance companies, they've sent me a loan and I'm saving 20 to 30%. Like, you have to start small when you're doing this. So that's number 6. Chargebacks are real. So the money's a loan at first. It's not yours, so be diligent with it. You don't want to get hit with a ton of chargebacks at once like I did. It was rough. So when you're just starting out, make sure you're saving money for chargebacks, because chargebacks are real. And if you save 20 to 30%, you can do a lot with that. If you don't have to, you're probably not going to have to use all that money, but having that money is a huge safety net that will help you in the long term. So that's number 6, right? Saving 20 to 30% for that. And then if at the end of the year, you don't have to pay that off, boom, use that to invest in your business. So number 7 is what I alluded to earlier, is you have to be a business owner. You're not this is not a sales job. You have to run this like a business too. You have to operate like a business owner. You have to operate like the CEO and be the marketing officer and the sales officer and the chief executive officer. This is a real, true business. And so understand that most businesses aren't profitable for the first 3 years. What's nice about life insurance is that they give you an upfront commission, right? They're going to pay you up front, and so you're able to cash flow well. But if you don't steward that well, you're going to get wiped out. If you come in and just think, hey, I'm just a sales agent, you're not going to see the success that you really want, because you have to operate like a business owner. You have to invest into it like a business owner. You have to make strategic decisions like a business owner. And so if you want to really be successful as a life insurance agent, you have to understand that you are coming in as not just an agent, not just a sales guy, but you have to come in, and which sales is super important, but you have to come in knowing that you are the CEO. You are a business owner. Nobody's going to come save you. And so you have to get your marketing dialed in. You have to make strategic decisions to get your sales up and running. You have to operate the business like it's a true business and not just like you're a sales job. Because if you wanted a sales job, you can go work W-2, make straight commission, or 1099, make straight commission, and you don't have to worry about the leads, and they just come in for you. But if you don't come in thinking that this is a real business that you have to invest in, that you have to put money into, and you don't feed the business that will ultimately feed you in the long run, you're just going to get wiped out. I wish I would have known this, because I just thought it was a sales job at first. I could own my own business, but I didn't understand truly what that meant. Because when you own your business, you own your marketing, you own your sales, you own the operations of the business. You're not just relying on somebody else to do it for you. You're doing it yourself, or at least having somebody in-house that is doing it for you. So make sure that you have that mindset as a business owner. So if these helped you at all, drop in the comments down below what truth you're going to take and what really helped you in your journey, because I really want to see you guys succeed. I want to see you guys make a ton of money. I want to see you guys help your families, help a ton of other families, leave a massive impact on this world, because we only have one life. It's just, are you going to take hold of it now, or are you just going to let it wait? So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel right now, and then also check out our Life Insurance Telesales Mastery podcast. There's 9 episodes that have already dropped. We're dropping a few every single week, 1 to 3 a week, and we have top telesales producers coming in and talking about how to strategically build your business, operate your business, scale your business, or selling completely over the phone and virtually, so where you could sell literally wherever you want. I have agents that I know that sell in the Philippines, Brazil, sell in Mexico. I've sold in Mexico. I've sold all over the country. So if you haven't already, subscribed right now to the channel, share this with a friend if you found it valuable, and definitely go check out that podcast now. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.